Most people think the glutes are just muscles related to appearance or fitness. But in reality, they're some of the most important muscles for everyday movement, especially after the age of 60 or 70. The glutes play a major role in balance, walking, standing up, climbing stairs, keeping the body stable while moving. Every step you take depends on these muscles working properly. And here is the surprising part. When the glutes become weak, the effects are not limited to the hips alone. Weak glutes can quietly affect the entire body. The lower back may start feeling tighter, posture may become less stable, and walking can feel slower or less controlled. Over time, the legs and joints begin doing extra work to compensate for muscles that are no longer supporting movement properly. This is why many movement experts consider glute strength essential for long-term mobility and independence. In simple terms, strong glutes help the body move with stability and confidence. And when they weaken, the entire movement system can slowly become less efficient without people even realizing it at first. One of the biggest reasons glutes weaken with age is something most people do every single day without thinking about it. Backhand index pointing right, too much sitting. When the body spends long periods sitting, the glute muscles become less active. Over time, the brain and body begin using these muscles less and less during movement. Many experts describe this as the glutes becoming switched off. This does not happen suddenly. It develops slowly through years of inactivity and reduced movement. At first, the effects may seem small. Hips feel tighter. Walking feels slower. Balance becomes less steady. Standing up requires more effort. But over time, weak glutes can place extra pressure on the lower back, knees, and legs because the body starts compensating in unhealthy ways. The surprising part is that many people assume these changes are simply caused by aging alone. In reality, prolonged sitting often plays a major role. The body adapts to whatever it does most often. So when sitting becomes the body's main position, the muscles responsible for movement gradually lose strength and responsiveness. In simple terms, inactivity slowly teaches the glutes to stop working the way they should. Squats are often called one of the best lower body exercises, but for many seniors, traditional squats can feel uncomfortable or difficult. The movement places pressure on areas like the knees, hips, and lower back, especially when balance, flexibility, or joint strength are already reduced. Because of this, many older adults naturally begin avoiding squats altogether. Some feel discomfort while lowering down. Others worry about losing balance or putting too much strain on their joints. Over time, this creates a problem. Backhand index pointing right, the body still needs lower body strength, but the exercise feels too intimidating or uncomfortable to continue. This is why many seniors stop training these important muscles completely. The key issue is not that squats are bad. The issue is that traditional squats may not always match the body's needs later in life. What many people need instead are gentler, more controlled movements that activate the glutes without excessive joint pressure. In simple terms, the goal is not to force difficult exercises, it is to find safer ways to keep the body strong and moving comfortably over time. When it comes to strengthening the lower body, many people assume that all exercises work the same muscles in the same way. But in reality, there is an important difference between glute activation and simply putting pressure on the legs. The glutes are large, powerful muscles that need direct activation to become strong and functional again. If the right muscles are not properly engaged, the body often shifts the workload to other areas like the knees or lower back. This is where many traditional movements can become less effective for some people. They may still build general leg strength, but they do not always focus on activating the glutes in a controlled way. That is why safer movement patterns matter, especially for beginners or older adults. Exercises that guide the body to engage the glutes directly help improve strength without unnecessary strain on other joints. In simple terms, it is not just about moving the body, it is about moving it in a way that targets the correct muscles. When the glutes are properly activated, the entire lower body becomes more stable, balanced, and efficient during daily movement. Many people believe that exercises must be intense to be effective. But for seniors, gentle and controlled movement is often the smarter and safer approach, especially when rebuilding strength in the glutes and lower body. The body responds best to movements that feel stable, comfortable, and repeatable. This is why gentle exercises often work better over time. They place less stress on the joints while still activating important muscles in a controlled way. Instead of forcing the body into difficult positions, these movements focus on proper muscle engagement and smooth motion. And perhaps most importantly, gentle exercises are easier to continue consistently. That matters because the body improves through repetition and regular practice, not occasional extreme effort. A small movement done daily is usually more beneficial than an intense workout done only once in a while. In simple terms, consistency is more powerful than intensity. When exercises feel manageable and safe, people are more likely to continue them, and long-term consistency is what helps muscles stay active, strong, and supportive as the body ages. The first exercise is the glute bridge, one of the most effective movements for activating weak glute muscles safely and gently. To begin, lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Keep your arms relaxed by your sides. Slowly press through your feet and lift your hips upward. Pause briefly at the top, then gently lower your hips back down. The movement should feel smooth and controlled, not fast or forceful. This exercise directly targets the glutes, helping wake up muscles that may have become inactive from too much sitting or inactivity. At the same time, glute bridges also help support the lower back by improving strength and stability around the hips and core. Many seniors notice that this movement feels easier on the knees compared to traditional squats, while still helping strengthen important lower body muscles. The goal is not lifting high, it is proper activation and control. In simple terms, glute bridges help the body relearn how to properly use the glute muscles again, supporting better posture, movement, and overall stability over time. The second exercise is the chair squat, a simple and practical movement that helps strengthen the legs and hips safely. To begin, sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back upright. Slowly lean slightly forward and stand up using your legs as much as possible. Then gently lower yourself back down in a controlled motion. The chair provides support and stability, making the movement feel safer and less intimidating than traditional squats. This exercise helps improve leg and hip strength, which are essential for everyday activities like standing up, walking, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. Because the movement closely matches real daily actions, it also supports greater independence over time. Many seniors begin avoiding movement when standing up becomes difficult. Chair squats help train the body to perform this important motion more comfortably and confidently. The key is slow, controlled repetition, not speed or intensity. In simple terms, chair squats help strengthen the muscles needed for everyday life, making basic movements feel safer, easier, and more stable over time. The third exercise is the side leg raise, a gentle movement designed to improve hip stability and balance. To begin, stand next to a wall or chair for support. Keep your body upright and stable. Slowly lift one leg out to the side, without leaning your upper body. Hold it briefly, then gently bring it back down. Repeat the same movement on the other leg. The motion should be slow, controlled, and steady. There is no need to lift the leg high. Even a small movement is effective when done correctly. Side leg raises specifically target the muscles around the hips, which play a major role in maintaining balance and stability during walking and standing. When these muscles are weak, movements can feel less steady. Strengthening them helps the body stay more controlled and supported. This exercise also contributes to better mobility, making it easier to move sideways, adjust position, and maintain stability during daily activities. In simple terms, side leg raises help the body stay balanced and stable by strengthening the side muscles that support everyday movement. The fourth exercise is step marching, a simple and effective movement that helps activate the lower body while also improving coordination. To begin, stand straight and hold onto a chair or wall for support if needed. Slowly lift one knee up, then lower it back down. Repeat the same movement with the other leg, as if you are gently marching in place. The movement should be slow, steady, and controlled. There is no need to rush or lift the knees too high. Step marching helps improve circulation, encouraging better blood flow throughout the legs and lower body. It also gently engages the glute muscles, helping activate areas that may have become less active due to sitting or inactivity. At the same time, This exercise supports coordination and balance as the body learns to shift weight smoothly from one leg to the other. Over time, this can help improve movement confidence, making walking and daily activities feel more stable and controlled. In simple terms, step marching helps wake up the lower body, improve blood flow, and build confidence in everyday movement. The fifth and final exercise is the standing kickback, a simple movement that directly targets the glute muscles. To begin, stand upright and hold onto a chair, wall, or any stable surface for balance. Keep your body straight and relaxed. Slowly lift one leg straight backward, keeping it controlled and steady. Focus on using the glute muscle rather than swinging the leg. Then gently return the leg to the starting position. Repeat the same movement with the other leg. The motion should be slow, small, and intentional. There is no need to lift the leg high or force the movement. Standing kickbacks are especially effective because they directly engage the glute muscles, helping strengthen them in a focused way. This exercise also supports better posture, as stronger glutes help stabilize the hips and lower back. Over time, improved glute strength can contribute to stronger and more stable walking, making daily movement feel smoother and more controlled. In simple terms, this exercise helps rebuild strength in one of the body's most important muscle groups for mobility and independence. As people age, it is natural for the body to experience gradual changes in muscle strength and overall physical ability. One of the key processes behind this is muscle decline with age, where muscle mass slowly reduces over time. This can affect strength, balance, and everyday movement. However, aging alone is not the only factor. A major contributor is inactivity. When the body moves less, muscles receive fewer signals to stay active and strong. Over time, this lack of use can accelerate weakness and reduce overall muscle function. This means that two people of the same age can have very different levels of strength depending on how active they remain. The body is designed to adapt to its lifestyle. If movement decreases, the body gradually adjusts by reducing muscle engagement. In simple terms, the less the body is used, the more it tends to weaken over time. This combination of natural aging and inactivity explains why strength loss can happen faster in some individuals than others. The important takeaway is that while aging is unavoidable, the rate of decline is strongly influenced by daily movement habits. Another important reason strength and mobility decline with age is fear of movement. Many seniors begin to avoid physical activity because they feel unsure about their balance, stability, or joint strength. Even simple movements may start to feel risky or uncomfortable. This hesitation is completely understandable. After experiencing stiffness or weakness, the mind naturally becomes more cautious to prevent discomfort or injury. However, this avoidance can slowly lead to a weakness cycle. When movement decreases, muscles become less active. As a result, the body loses even more strength and confidence in motion. This makes future movement feel even more difficult, which further increases avoidance. Over time, this cycle can quietly affect independence and daily comfort. In simple terms, less movement leads to more weakness, and more weakness leads to even less movement. What makes this situation important to understand is that it is not just physical, it is also emotional. Fear plays a strong role in shaping daily habits. Breaking this cycle does not require intense exercise. It starts with gentle, safe, and consistent movement that helps rebuild confidence step by step. One of the most overlooked causes of weakness in later life is simply sitting too much. At first, sitting feels harmless and comfortable. It allows the body to rest, relax, and avoid strain. But over time, this comfort can slowly turn into a comfort trap. When the body spends long hours sitting, especially without regular movement, many muscles become less active. The glutes, legs, and core do not get enough stimulation to stay strong and engaged. As a result, muscle use gradually decreases, and the body begins to adapt to a more inactive lifestyle. This does not happen suddenly. It builds slowly over months and years, making it difficult to notice in the beginning. Eventually, simple movements like standing up, walking for long periods, or climbing stairs may start to feel more tiring than before. In simple terms, the body becomes efficient at sitting but less efficient at moving. The important point is that this is not about blaming rest or comfort. It is about understanding how prolonged inactivity affects the body over time. Awareness of this pattern is the first step toward changing it through small, regular movement habits. When it comes to rebuilding strength and mobility, especially after 60 or 70, the most important principle is to start small. Many people assume they need intense workouts or long exercise sessions to see improvement. But in reality, the body often responds better to low-impact movement that feels safe and manageable. Starting small means choosing simple exercises that do not strain the joints or cause discomfort. It could be just a few minutes of gentle movement each day, gradually increasing as the body becomes stronger and more confident. This approach also supports safe progression. Instead of pushing the body too hard too quickly, strength is rebuilt step by step. This reduces the risk of injury and helps maintain consistency over time. In simple terms, slow progress is still real progress. One of the biggest advantages of starting small is that it builds motivation. When exercises feel achievable, people are more likely to continue them regularly. And consistency is what creates long-term improvement. Even minimal effort, when done daily, can lead to noticeable changes in balance, strength, and overall mobility. The key is not intensity, it is patience, safety, and steady progress over time. When it comes to improving strength and mobility, one of the most important principles is daily consistency. Many people expect quick results, but the body does not change from occasional effort. Instead, it responds to repetition over time. Even simple movements, when done regularly, begin to train the muscles and nervous system to work more efficiently again. This is why doing a little every day is far more effective than doing a lot only once in a while. The body adapts slowly, but it does adapt. With consistent practice, muscles gradually become more active, coordination improves, and movement feels more natural. In simple terms, muscles respond to what you repeat most often. If movement is repeated daily, the body starts to recognize it and strengthen the related muscle patterns. If movement is avoided, those same patterns become weaker over time. The encouraging part is that it does not require perfection. Even small daily effort can create meaningful change when maintained over weeks and months. So instead of focusing on intensity, the real key is showing up every day, even with minimal movement. That is where real progress begins, through steady, consistent action that the body can build on over time. To support strength and mobility effectively, movement alone is not always enough. The body also needs proper nutrition, especially protein, to maintain and rebuild muscle tissue. When simple exercises are combined with enough protein in the daily diet, the body receives a stronger signal to repair and stay active. Protein provides the building blocks for muscles, while movement tells the body which muscles need to stay strong and engaged. Together, they create a balanced system of support. This combination can also improve recovery. After gentle activity, the body uses nutrients more efficiently to repair muscle fibers and reduce fatigue. Over time, this can help the body feel less tired after movement and more comfortable during daily activities. In simple terms, movement activates the muscles and protein helps rebuild them. This does not require complicated diets or expensive supplements. Even simple, natural protein sources included regularly in meals can make a meaningful difference when combined with consistent exercise. The key idea is balance, not focusing on only exercise or only nutrition, but using both together to support the body's natural ability to stay strong, mobile, and active over time. When glute strengthening exercises are practiced consistently, several important areas of the body begin to improve over time. One of the first changes is balance. As the glute muscles become stronger, the body feels more stable during standing and movement. Another key improvement is posture. Stronger glutes help support the hips and lower back, allowing the body to stand in a more natural and aligned position. Walking confidence also increases. Steps feel more controlled, and movement becomes smoother and less uncertain, especially on uneven surfaces or when changing direction. In addition, many people notice an improvement in overall energy levels. When the body moves more efficiently, daily activities require less effort, which helps reduce fatigue. In simple terms, stronger glutes support the body in many everyday functions, from standing and walking to maintaining stability and comfort. These improvements build gradually with consistency, leading to better mobility and a more confident way of moving through daily life. It is important to understand that it's never too late to improve strength, balance, and mobility. No matter the age, the body still has the ability to respond to gentle movement and consistent care. Even if progress feels slow at first, every small step still matters. The key is not perfection or intensity, but small habits repeated over time. Simple exercises done regularly can gradually build strength, improve stability, and support better daily movement. Many people underestimate how powerful small actions can be, but the truth is that lasting change is created through consistency, not sudden effort. In simple terms, what you do a little bit every day is more important than what you do occasionally. The most important message is this: action creates change, and consistency builds hope. Even starting with just a few minutes today can lead to noticeable improvements in how the body feels and moves over time.